friend. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Riri, and this is ReeReeSaves, a YouTube channel documenting my journey to overcome trauma spending, which is an extreme form of emotional spending. I record my budgeting trial and error, things I'm learning in therapy, and what happens when I experience a trauma spending episode. I hope this helps you, especially if you experience trauma spending too. And if you want even more, join my Patreon for weekly podcasts and the occasional blog post. Details in the description.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's cash stuffing. So let's go ahead and get into it. So just a quick explanation in case you're new here. This binder has 4 weeks in it, and it's where I keep my money separated into weeks for my budget for the month. So you can see week 1 is empty and week 2 has some money in it. So we're going to take out week 2's money and put it in my wallet for the week. So let's go ahead and pop this out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and count this, and I got myself this nifty little cash tray so I can organize my cash a little better. Now this money only goes to my flexible categories. Categories that are that change and fluctuate each month, as opposed to bills or subscriptions or fixed things. So we have got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108. And we have 8 quarters here for an additional $2 for a total of $110.
While I pick up these quarters, I want to mention that I did look up a budget binder starter kit on both Temu and Amazon. The Temu version is $5.96 currently, and the Amazon version is currently $6.99. And both of those links you can find in the description below.
And this here is my wallet. And it has all my flexible spending categories in it. I have gas, and gas is going to get $37.50. Now, full disclosure, this week has already started. So I'm going to put $37.50 to go back into bank because I already spent this money on my debit card. And so I need to balance it out by putting it back in the bank. So that'll go into back to bank. You can see I have a little left over that still needs to go back also. All right, next category. We have groceries. Okay, I already spent my grocery money, but it was $37.50 again. So this money is also going to go back to the bank. So the reason I have not stuffed my wallet earlier is I just wasn't feeling well this weekend. I've been a little bit sick, and so it is what it is. All right, eating out gets $12.50. Pet gets $5. Actually, no, pet's not getting any more till week 3. I put all the pet money in up front in week 1. Clothing's getting nothing. Monthly is getting 10. Fun is getting $12.50. outing is getting nothing, and then there's just the back to bank in there. So that's that wallet fully stuffed. All right. Now let's talk about my savings challenges. First of all, I got this binder to put my saving challenges in, along with 6 envelopes that fit in it. And so I'm going to go ahead and move my money from the current envelopes into these. So the first one is tennis shoes, and it currently has $10, $15, $20, $25. Each one of these little symbols represents $5, and each tracker represents a total of $50. This one is one of the fun categories. So we'll go ahead and put the 5s in here. And we'll put them all in the binder at the end. Then we have braces. I am saving up to get braces because some of my teeth have gaps in them, and that's unpleasant when I eat. So again, each little mouth represents $5 for a total of $50. This one currently has $5 in it. Okay, then we have emergency fund. So emergency fund is me saving up $2,500 slowly over time. Each one is a little piggy bank, and again, each little piggy bank represents $5 for a total of $50 on this tracker. And just to be clear, this is not the total amount I need for each one of these categories. Instead, I'm breaking it into manageable bite-sized chunks and only saving $50 at a time for each category. And after I fill each tracker up, I'll print a new one and start again. Now, I had some questions about Disney last time. There are 2 trackers because I want double the money going into Disney. They're both just going to the same thing though, just to a Disney trip. Again, each little Mickey or Minnie Mouse head represents $5, and each tracker has a total of $50. Right now, this one has a total of $30. And lastly, we have extra debt payment. Extra debt payment is just what it says. This is saving up for an extra payment on a debt. Again, each dollar sign represents $5 and a total of $50 on this tracker. This category currently has $5 in it. All right, now I'm going to put these in my yellow binder. Oh, I have an extra envelope. We'll put that here. And, but these have little plastic in the hole, so it might take me a second to put them in. Give me a moment. All right, and here it is. We have $5 in braces, $10 in emergency fund. You can tell these envelopes are a slightly tight fit, but they're working okay. We have $5 in extra debt payment. We have $30 in Disney. And we have $35 in tennis shoes. And I am not adding any extra money to these now. Not because I didn't make any more money, but because I had an unexpected medical bill I need to pay for a total of $48. So that money is going to go, that I would normally stuff in here, is going to go to that medical bill, which is kind of a bummer, but at least I have it and I will be able to pay for it. So let's count my change. So this change is all the change I get when I spend my cash. And I just round up to the dollar in my category. And then all the change goes in here. And then I turn it into fives that I will use for my savings challenges. And a nickel makes another dollar. That's $9. And what do we have left? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So $9.80. So, and then a bunch of pennies. What I do with this money is I take it to the bank and put it in the coin machine, and then I take it out in fives, and it's going to go in my savings challenge book. And that'll be really exciting. So I at least have one $5 bill that's going in there at the end of this week. So that's great.
I want to start this section by explaining why it exists. I share my therapy updates because I'm working to overcome trauma spending. I need to learn how to manage my emotions, especially when they are uncomfortable. Trauma spending happens when I try to change how I feel using money. Now, there's a reason I do this. It's because it's minorly effective. However, it leaves me feeling sad and disappointed, as it doesn't line up with my long-term goals. So by learning to manage my emotions, I can learn to handle feeling uncomfortable emotions without feeling the need to rush out and change them. Here's what I'm learning this week. So what is somatic and what does it mean? Well, somatic means of the body. And why does that matter? Well, part of processing emotions is knowing what they feel like in your body. But in order to process your emotions and know what they feel like, you really need to be able to identify them too. So this week, I'm going to be using the wheel of emotion to practice identifying my emotions. Part of this came up because I was talking with my therapist and realized I'm really not sure how I feel often. I just know it's vaguely positive, vaguely negative, or vaguely neutral. And so this wheel of emotions, which we'll get to in a second, will help me really start to learn what I'm feeling so that I can process it better. Now, the emotion wheel, or the wheel of emotion, was invented by Robert Plunkett, who's an American psychologist. He created this popular emotion wheel in 1980, and it's called Plunkett's Wheel of Emotions. Now, there are newer versions available and other alternate versions too, but the whole idea behind it, it's to help illustrate different emotions as part of the theory of basic emotions. Robert Plunkett theorized that core emotions serve to trigger us due to our survival instincts and have evolutionary purpose. Okay, so let's break that down. Basically, this wheel was developed to help you identify your emotions. And what I'm going to use it for is to help me learn to process my emotions. Now, there are plenty of free PDFs online where you can look at these wheel of emotions. I've displayed one here. But I found a really awesome free app and website called Wheel of Feels. This was created by Julian Popsecue, and it works really intuitively. You pick your core emotion, and then you follow it until you have narrowed down exactly how you feel. And then in the app, you can log why you're feeling that way. I'm really using it more for the identification purposes. So my homework this week is to identify my emotions and to really work on just learning what my emotions are. What do I really feel? and hopefully that will help me process them more in a healthy manner. Friend, I am so happy you chose to join me today. Thank you. We are in this together, and together we can make positive changes in our lives as we work to overcome trauma, including trauma spending. I want you to know that you are wanted, you are of worth, and you are my friend. Signing off. Love, Riri.